Hey, last time we saw you was on Tuesday. A number of guys were either just on the side or not here. Was just curious if there's anybody, game one, is there anybody who might be in danger not playing?
From Tuesday?
Or just,
No. I think everyone that would have been on the side would be good to go. Actually, there might be one that I'm waiting for some information on. So, but at that time, no, nothing that I would be too concerned about. It was a good week of practice. I think the part I like about the practices this week was that it built up, and Thursday was our best day. And so, heat is all relative, right? And it was the hottest week we've had that I remember practicing in probably since I've been here. So I was really, feeling good about how the guys, as the week went on, continued to get better. So I challenged them. We were full pads on Tuesday, full pads Thursday, a couple snaps alive each day, and then today, 75 play scrimmage. So 15 less than we did the first scrimmage, but that was the plan.
A quick follow-up. I know you've talked about Tybo a little bit. I didn't see Diesel Gordon out there on Tuesday. Is anything going on with him?
He's indefinitely suspended too.
Okay.
Did you get done today what you wanted to? Did you see what you wanted to see?
Yeah, we had one long drive right towards the end that threw my numbers off, and so we didn't probably get quite as many red zone snaps, but we've had plenty of work up to this point, especially this last week, so wasn't too worried about it. We got some snaps in still on the red zone, both in the normal drives and just lining the ball up and playing, so we really wanted to stick to the 75 plays, and we still have a day of full pads or two that we can get some extra work in if we really feel it's necessary.
Are these really serious issues with these two freshmen that get suspended?
I think if it's suspended, it's serious enough, right? But it's just, I think when it comes down to it, there's accountability things that you just got to make sure you uphold with the team, and there's expectations, there's policies, that are things that we just feel like you should adhere to, important things that we want our team operate in a first-class manner, and so didn't feel like some of those things were being handled appropriately, and so one of the best ways to kind of learn is to take football away, right? Because these guys love football.
Are they in danger of losing their scholarships?
I don't want to get into that. No.
Kelly, we talked, it's been about a week now since Mike's been back, or at least a handful of practices. Any after effects, or what are your initial impressions of him coming back?
Oh, he had an amazing week. Come back and feel like, probably as strong, if not stronger than he was before at the beginning of fall camp. So I thought he had an amazing week, throwing the ball really well, accurate. He's throwing those balls from the hash to the sideline like we've all seen last year, maybe on another level.
I was going to say, I know coaches constantly taking information or always kind of evaluating how things go. Longer term, like when you broke practice up in spring, does this give you an idea that maybe I'll give our number one guy a couple practices off here and there to kind of keep things fresh and bump those other guys up a little bit?
Yeah, I don't think that had anything to it. I think he just had his arm was a little tired, maybe a little sore here, just enough, and it was a perfect time, perfect opportunity to just make a decision like, hey, this is early in camp. Let's get Austin Mack in there. Let's make sure Mike's not just 95% or whatever it is. Let's make sure he's 100%. And he's taking a lot of reps, especially with his guys, and it just fit together. Now, if it was later in camp here, we'd want to keep a rhythm. We probably wouldn't have shut him down to the extent we did.
Juice Brown had said that this was going to be a really big week for kind of determining who the starter might be at that other spot, the corner opposite Jabbar.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you got that sorted out?
Yeah, I think EJ's probably had the stronger grasp, and he had a good scrimmage today. He's had a good week, doing a lot of things. So he forced a fumble today, which was really good. And I'm not saying he's the guy, but Thaddeus and Devon have both been right there. And as they get more reps, you can continue to see them climb too. So they're all doing a good job, and I think the competition's only making them better.
Is there going to be determination on Dallas working on this year?
Any what?
Determination on Dallas.
Well, he'll be able to come back this season. So I think, are you asking like maybe a red shirt or something like that? Yeah. that could possibly be a situation where that happens, but he's just going to try to get back as fast as he can and be ready to go. The fortunate thing is, with the rules, you can play 4 games. You can actually play the postseason game too, and that doesn't count towards your 4. So, he's in the spot. Yeah, it's not the perfect position, but we're going to get it back as quick as possible and get him out of the football field.
When do you
go from there?
When do you set your starters? This weekend or next weekend?
I think by the end of the middle of the week, if it was a quarterback, you'd be probably assigning that quarterback and who the starter would be. Most of the other positions, I think here, you do the assessment of the scrimmage. We've got a couple days away from ball. It allows us to kind of really hone in on those final starting positions, and you'd like to hit the ground running this coming week with most of those spots solidified. But if there's a really strong battle between 1 or 2, you let them continue to work through this early part of the week for sure.
Now, things have been pretty status quo, but you're naturally going to give people an opportunity to move up. Could there be any surprises between now and when you set these lineups? From what we've seen, because we've seen limited.
No, I don't think so. I think, I think from what you guys have seen, you've seen most of it's been pretty much status quo since you guys saw practice.
It's just wondering about the running backs. Now that you're getting a couple guys ramped up, it looked like Dylan Johnson.
Yeah.
He probably got more reps this week than before.
Yeah.
Sam Adams coming back, things like that. Is it either added to the confusion or is it giving you more clarity as terms of guys behind Cameron right now?
Yeah. Dylan had a couple nice runs again today. Will Nixon's been really consistent. Dylan actually had a touchdown. That was a really nice, run. I think he's still, if I had to say what he is, what I think he can be, I don't think he's there yet. Just getting his legs underneath of him. Still working into, the shape I know he can be, the best he can be. But Sam Adams, he had a couple nice runs today, a couple nice plays. So all those guys are just, again, kind of like the corner position. The competition only makes them better. And, I can't say we got it sorted out on who the next guy is, because there is different things and they have different strengths that they all bring to the table.
President Cauce was, I think, pretty clear in her comments after the Big Ten decision was made that a big factor in not wanting to go with the Apple deal was wanting to be on linear television. There was a Los Angeles Times story sometime in the last week that I think could kind of put you in the center of that sort of decision-making process. Said that it was.
You mean our school?
Well, it mentioned you specifically that you couldn't get behind the streaming deal, and I was just curious if you think that's a fair characterization.
I don't think I've given a quote to anyone like that, but I do think that it's a tougher. I think it's tougher when it comes to the perception, the exposure that you're going to get if it was 100% streaming. So, maybe that's what I said at one point, and someone took that and ran with it. But I think it is tougher, in the recruiting part, and I think just the perception of that. I also believe, though, that there is a time where that piece is going to be probably, very, very common, when it comes to streaming, and that's the direction it's probably going. But I don't know with where we're at right now if the Pac-12 could have operated on the level we need to operate on just with streaming alone. Does that help?
Yeah.
Kale, it looks like in the next day or two, Mother Nature might throw you a curve with the smoke, the fires, and whatnot. Is that something that you kind of have to keep on tabs of?
We're not practicing the next 2 days, so yeah, we actually talked about that yesterday as a staff. But hopefully, it's come and gone by the time we get back out here in Tuesday. Yep.
So nobody's ruled out of the opener. Is that kind of what we took from your opening statement?
You talking about injuries or starters?
Yeah. I'm talking like the Otten kid is not practices. He's probably not going to play the opener, I imagine, right?
Oh, you got to get some reps.
Yeah,
So some guys might be ready to go, but they just haven't had enough reps to be able to step out on the football field. Yeah. So it's just football stuff, They're going to get dinged up, and hopefully it just doesn't all hit one position at once. Yeah. So they're all working hard and trying to get ready for week 1.
How do you want to implement his leadership as well? Because he didn't have it last fall camp.
Eddie?
How is his leadership impacting?
Oh man, he is just. He's a guy that was in my office last night after everyone had left for another hour and a half, wanting to watch ball. Wanting to understand quarterback progression needs. And just just came in and just sat there and talked about the team, and we got talking about some ball, and he said, well, can we flip on the film? You know, he's just all in. You know, he wants to be the best he can be, and he takes that very seriously, being a leader on our team. And you know, he lives right, he leads right. He's just a class act all around. And, we're very fortunate to have him as a leader in our football team.
Could probably be your personal physician someday.
Probably. Yeah.
All right.
You good?
All right.